Today is February 6, 2012. We have Steve in the front seat. Steve, see the video camera in front of the control stick down there?
Yeah.
Got to wave at the camera. Let everybody know who you are. Everyone's Steve. Steve,
all right,
everybody.
Steve.
All right, we also got John. Sitting in the back seat of this 1945 North American-built SNJ 6. It's also known as a T-6 Texan, or the Harvard. And this aircraft was used as an advanced trainer during World War II. This was the last step a cadet would take in their training process before they went on to fly single-seat airplanes like Mustangs, Corsairs, Hellcats, Spitfires, what have you. Particular airplane we're sitting in built May of 1945, as were all three of the airplanes we operate at Warbird Adventures, and they all started their career at Pensacola Naval Air Station, Pensacola, Florida. Served in the U.S. Navy till about 57, 58 before the type was finally retired. And today we're going out for a 1-hour flight out of Kissimmee, Florida. Pretty nice day. We're beating the nasty weather that's kind of moving in from the south. That'll be here later this afternoon. Temps are up. Watch your legs. I'm bringing the stick all the way back. I'm going to gently wiggle the rudder pedals. Want to make sure the tail wheel steering is engaged, and it is. It is clear on the right side and clear on the left. We're going to start adding some power. And we're going to head on out.
Re-recording?
Yep.
Alright, this is to all my friends at East Coast Wildfires. We're going to take a ride in this AT-6. We'll show it at a meeting, and hope you have a good time.
Alright. Let's get the local weather.
Kissimmee Airport information, Kilo 1350 Zulu weather. Winds at Kissimmee are calm. Visibility 7 miles. Thin layer at 1,000. Temperature 20, dew point 19er. Altimeter 3009er. ILS approaching use. Landing runway 15. Caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the Kissimmee Airport. Please advise on initial contact. You have information. Kilo.
Ground Texan 2, taxi Kilo. This will be a north-northwest departure.
Taxi 2, Kissimmee ground, runway 15, taxi Charlie and Delta.
Charlie Delta 15, Texan 2. Alright, we're doing the weave so we can see S-turns.
Yep.
You look straight ahead, can't see anything. Kind of like driving around with the hood of your car up, so we do these. So we can look out of the side of the window down the taxiway and make sure we're not going to run into anything. Wow, I just got stung by something. Alright.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Bit me on the leg. Check out the Mustangs off to the right there. And an L39. And a T6. So I'm taxiing out. I'm going to let you taxi back after we land. Just give you an idea of what to expect. You know, we are going to be doing the S-turns, or you're going to be doing the S-turns. So we're going to go over just to the side over here. We're going to do a run-up. Like you would in any other airplane. Pretty straightforward in this aircraft, actually. The one thing we check that you're not going to check in a lot of airplanes is the hydraulic system. Really no wind to speak of, so I'm not going to worry about where to put the nose. I am worried about where to put the tail. I want to make sure an airplane doesn't come up behind us, so we're not going to blast it, but this will work out pretty good. Slide that canopy forward 1 notch for me. There we go, and it's going to get real loud in here as I start adding power. So 6 all the way back, my feet are firmly on the brake so we don't roll forward. So now we're going to take it up to about 1,300 RPM. I'm going to check our hydraulic system, which controls the landing gear and the flaps on this airplane. Got about 1,000 PSI. That's what I like to see. Now we're going to go to 1,600 RPM. Now we're going to do a propeller control check. We're looking for a 200 RPM drop, increase engine manifold pressure, fluctuation oil pressure, no oil on the windshield. Not a whole lot anyways, nothing more than usual. We're going to cycle it 3 times to help kind of purge the propeller hub of the cold oil, replace it with oil that's been warmed up by the engine. 1 more cycle with that. Alright, everything's good with that. We're going to let the engine stabilize. Now we go to 2,000 RPM, and we're going to do the magneto check. We'll go left mag. Nice smooth drop, about 90 RPM. Back to both. Right magneto, another good drop. About 110 RPM, that's good. Back to both. Temperatures and pressures, looking good. We're going to bring the power all the way back to idle. Watch your legs. Control check time. Idle check's good. I'm going to move of the stick all over the place, looking out of the wings, making sure the ailerons are working like they're supposed to. Elevator behind us, and the rudder flaps are up. Trim is set. Left fuel tank selected, both are topped off with fuel. Propeller mission control full forward, magnetos to both. Altimeter set, radio set, checked. Transponder coming on.
Sunday, roger, proceed, done.
You ready?
X-ray Alpha and runway
Good to go.
6
Let's
to
do
the
it.
east.
Tower Texas 2, ready 15, right down 160.
Texas 2 runway 15, clear for takeoff.
Clear to go, Texas 2. Final approach, clear, runways clear, we have been cleared for takeoff. Now I'm going to adjust the squelch on the intercom, it's going to be kind of hard to talk to her in the air. Alright, here we go, we're going to add power. Going to take it up to about 36 inches of manifold pressure, 2,250 RPM. That's 600 horsepower coming off the Pratt & Whitney engine. Once we start rolling, I push forward on the stick. We're going to raise the tail just a little bit. About right there, we're keeping it straight with our feet. Once we're in the air, alright, landing gear is coming up. Now we're going to bring the power back a little bit.
Section 2, the cloud is a little better on the east side if you want to make a left downwind.
Okay, we'll do the left downwind.
Just make a hard 180 and come back for the approach over runway 33.
That'll work.
Good low approach. You can continue to climb out, but that's fine.
Okay. Is anybody coming in on 15 right now?
No traffic.
Alright. Alright, Steve, right hand on the control stick. Toes on the bottom of the pedals. Remember, now we're on a nice relaxed grip. And you now have control of the airplane. We're going to keep climbing out this direction for right now. We'll get above these little wispy clouds. And we'll level off at about 2,000 feet. We're passing through right about 1,500 right now. And so you look where the nose is at compared to the little horizon we can see, the hazy horizon out there. This is a climb attitude. So when I say, hey, let's start climbing, this is where you want to put the nose roughly. Level flight, it's going to look really different. It's going to look like we're going down. And you'll see that in just a second. So once we do level off, what you want to do is fight the urge to pull back on the stick and raise the nose.
Okay.
While we're doing that, let's do a left turn. And to make it interesting, we're going to start our level off as we turn the airplane. So we'll go ahead and start lowering the nose. We'll keep the left turn going though. level the wings here. We'll go straight ahead. Let's lower the nose even more. A little more. Right about there is going to be level side picture. Go ahead and use that elevator trim to whatever you needed to. And let's lower the nose. Right there is where you want to hold it. Off to the right's Disney World. About as close as we can get. Got the hotels right there at Epcot. Right off the right wing is downtown Disney. Lower the nose. Right there. Remember, we want to make it look like we're going down. Good way to check is look at the wings compared to the hazy horizon out there. You can see that we're pretty much parallel with it. Alright, there's Interstate 4 that we're crossing. Let's do a left turn, and we're going to follow I-4. Very good. What do you think so far?
It's great.
You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty light on the wheel.
It is, isn't it? Like I said, it does surprise a lot of people. You know, they think it's a big airplane. It's not very streamlined, which people equate to how it's going to handle. We're heavy. We weighed 2.5 tons when we took off.
Yeah, wow.
And it's painted yellow like a school bus. So people think that's how it's going to fly. Like you're going to need two hands to maneuver this airplane. You're picking up on it very nice. I like that. You're very smooth, so
Thank you.
I like that because I sit behind the center of gravity on this airplane, you know, basically the point of rotation. So you're sitting pretty much on it. So anytime you move that rudder pedal or the ailerons or the elevator, I feel it about 5 times more than you do being back here. So if you're flying smooth like you are, makes it easier on me, which I like. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I had a good flight instructor when I learned how to fly.
Yeah, that's always a plus. You can always tell if someone has a good instructor or not. I'll tell you, most pilots, especially airline pilots. Oops, did I say that out loud? They're kind of weird. I don't, you know, they're good guys and everything, but the first thing they do when they hop in this airplane is they want to throw the stick all over the place to see what the airplane does. You know, and I'm thinking it's like when you get into a brand new car that you've never driven before, like a sports car or something, is that what you do with the steering wheel?
I don't think so.
You know, why would you do that in an airplane just because it's different from what you're flying for? You want to get a nice small feel for it, then expand your range. So, you didn't do what the typical pilot does, so I like that.
Thanks.
Alright, so we're going to keep following I-4 down here. In another couple minutes we'll be on top of Fantasy of Flight. Have you been there before?
No.
If you have half a day, and you're into airplanes, especially old ones, I recommend it.
Yeah, we're not going to get time this trip.
Okay. It's, there's a guy named Kermit Weeks, and that's basically his private collection that he has on display down there.
Oh, wow.
case you're wondering, if you look around, this is Florida.
Yeah, it looks like Florida.
Very, very flat. And a lot of water. If you look off to the right, you can kind of see all the brown trees out there?
Yeah.
They're all under about 2 feet of water.
Wow. Good alligators.
Have water moccasins and mosquitoes the size of VW bugs that'll carry children away. It's a very wet state, that's for sure. A lot of, just tons and tons of lakes out here. In the wintertime, those brown trees turn a very dark green. It's actually really pretty.
Nice smooth day.
It is. Winds are supposed to be calm most of the day, not more than about 5 miles an hour. It's a nice break, so we've been getting some pretty strong winds here lately. Where as soon as the wheels are off the ground, it's bumpy. And it makes landing real fun too.
I'm sure.
Alright, let's go about, we'll put the nose about 5 degrees to the right. Yeah, that should work. Alright, a little more to the right. Straight ahead. Lower the nose. Now if you look immediately off to our right, I'm sorry, the left, you'll see some tan buildings down there next to these lakes. Off to the left, I'm sorry, it's on the left side. We're almost on top of it now. You'll see a super constellation down there, grass runway.
Wow.
There's a PBY Catalina out there. His own private airship is a DC-3 out by the highway, Interstate 4. That's his billboard, pretty much, that he has out there. Let's start a left turn. A little steeper than that. Kind of take it over.
Got it?
This is perfect right here, so we'll keep the turn going. But yeah, this is a facility down there. It's got a restoration facility. Inside's a Martin B-26, B-24 Liberator, B-25, which is an Oshkosh award-winning airplane called I want to say Apache Princess.
I've got a model of that.
Like an RC one?
Yeah. I haven't finished it yet, but
Okay.
you want to straighten out or you want to keep turning?
Keep turning. I'll let you know when to roll out. What else? Mustangs, P40, a TP40, a two-seat dual-control P40 that he operates. Kind of cool. Looks good here. We'll go straight ahead. And now what I want you to do, we're going to raise the nose just a little bit. A little more. Right there is where you want to hold it. And we're just going to kind of cruise, climb up to about 5,500 feet. Winter Haven's off to the right. The city that the winter population doubles what it is in about the summertime. All the snowbirds come down. So where in Connecticut are you from?
In the Haven area.
Okay.
A town called East Haven.
And what do you do up there?
I work for Heidelberg Printing Presses Manufacturing. I travel over the Northeast. I'm a service rep.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of work, but a lot of fun.
That's what counts. I mean, if you can enjoy your job, that makes all the difference in the world.
I don't mind going to work.
That's good. I watched my dad when I was growing up, and he worked in a lighting factory. He was a supervisor there, but yeah, he didn't really dig his job all that much. It was a good company to work for, and he stuck with it pretty much most of his life. But yeah, I just, and I even worked there for a summer, and I was like, this is not what I want to do. So then I decided to become a pilot because I found out I didn't want to work for a living.
There you go.
And this is perfect. So.
Oh yeah.
And I've been flying 23 years. Been doing it professionally for about 20 of those. Actually coming up on 24 years now.
I started flying as I was older, when I first got my license, because I always thought I couldn't fly because I didn't have perfect vision, And then a friend of mine had a Piper, he took me up, and that was it, I was hooked.
Oh, good. Well, let's go left a little bit more here. That's good.
Boy, it's nice and light on the controls.
Yeah, it is. What we're doing now is we're going to climb on up to about 5,500 feet. That'll be our working altitude. I like to try to stay as close to that as possible, but we're going to lose a little bit of altitude with each maneuver we do.
I'm sure.
The FAA says minimum altitude for aerobatics 1,500 feet.
Right.
Our company policy is to double that.
No room for error at
Yeah.
1,500 feet. What's the ceiling we're at here?
Oh, look at that. Let's lower the nose and see what we got. It looks like it kind of clears up a little bit off to in front of us and off to the right. Go ahead and lower the nose a little bit here. We're going to stay just underneath it. Let's go to the right. I see blue sky over there, so we'll just kind of use that to our advantage. Back to the left. There we go. This looks good right here. More left. raise the nose a little bit. We'll continue our climb.
Little clouds.
And let's go more left. There's a lake at about 11 o'clock. You can see it right where the clouds end off in the distance, about 10 miles out. Just slightly left of the nose now.
The little lake or the big one out
That's
there?
a big one. It's coming across the nose now. That's goes straight ahead. That's our practice area right there, straight ahead. Level the wings. Right there, we're hitting the Lake Pierce. That's the lake you're seeing. That's Horsehead Lake. That's the one just north of where we're going to be working. So we'll just kind of keep on going up like we're doing. A little bit of left stick because our right wing is low. Hold it right there is where we want it. Going lower the nose just a hair. Right there is good. I like to keep it above about between 120 and 130 on this cruise climb just for cylinder cooling. Try to treat the engine as nice as possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is nice up here.
Cool down a little bit.
Yep. This is our relief in the summertime when it's 90 degrees on the ground and 90% humidity. In the morning the flight is great because there's no wind. It's right before the clouds start building up, and once you get above about 1,000 feet, it's cool, dry air. And then progressively throughout the day, of course, all that warm, moist air starts rising up, and then you can't even outclimb it in the afternoon. You're stuck in it all day. And then, of course, at that point, you're fighting thunderstorms anyways.
Is there a plane ahead of us?
Where is it?
About 1,000 feet below us.
Okay.
Going right to left. See him?
Got him, yep.
Mooney.
Yeah. We can arm the guns, go take them out.
That's it. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. He did that combat.
Oh yeah?
And the machetes. He said it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I did some work for those guys about 12 years ago out in Southern California. I like the Marchetti. It's a good flying little airplane.
Sounds like crazy fun.
It'll actually fly circles around this airplane. The only thing that we can do better is we can turn inside of them.
Oh, there you go.
They actually come out to Florida a couple times a year. We used to tangle with them every now and then. We used to jump them, and they'd kind of fight with us and play with us, but they don't do it anymore because we always won.
Oh boy.
Because we just go right inside of them. If they try to drag us into a vertical fight, then they'd get us there because they have much better vertical penetration than what we do. They can outclimb us in that. They can also go faster than we can in level flight, but all we have to do is just turn right inside of them. We can put our nose just ahead of them and call guns, and that was a lot of fun. But like I said, they don't play with us anymore because we embarrass them too much.
Yeah, you don't want to fight a fight you can't win.
Go ahead and lower the nose. We'll cruise here. We're going to increase our airspeed. We'll cool off the cylinders. While we're doing that, let's do a left turn. We're going to